Hello guys, and welcome to our first lesson here with AWS Educate. Okay, so at this stage you should have received this email from AWS Educate, and it's a click on and a sign in straight away. So just click on that and sign in. It will put in your email address and just click log in there straight away. When you log in, you'll come to a page like this. Okay, so when you click on that, go to AWS account. Okay, and just click on the link here for your starter account, and it will take you to this one here, your AWS status, and then just click on AWS console. Okay, and that will take you to this. Okay, I just had a terminated instance there. Okay, so you're now in AWS console. Okay, so it will look something like this. Okay, you have a drop down there with your services. What I want you to do is click on instances here on the left hand side. Sorry, instance, we know instance is new. Okay, or else you could have clicked on this one, sorry, from there. Is come down here and just click launch instance here. So if I click the launch instance here, it will take me into launching a new instance. And again, here I can see the various AIMs that I could use. I'm going to take the first one, sorry, the third one down here, fourth one should I say. It's the Ubuntu server 2.220 at the LTS. And again, we can see there it's free tier available, or free tier. Again, I'm going to select the T2 micro, okay, and click on next to configure. Okay, the number of instances, I'm going to accept all of the defaults here on this page. Okay, we'll go back over them again in another classroom. The next is my storage, and again I'm going to select the default here, the SSD hard disk with 8 gigs. That's more than enough for what we want. The next thing I want here is you can add tags, and this is a way of grouping your virtual machines. So for instance, let's say this is going to be an operating system, and which one is it? I'm going to have it as a Linux web server, NUX, and I'll just call it WS there. So Linux web server, or you could type it in, web server. And it's a way of grouping your servers, and you'll know again what's how you can properly manage them. I could do a search on all operating systems and there. Okay, the next is security groups. Okay, and you can see here the default SSH login on port 22. Okay, again a security group name. Again, if you have a few, I'm just going to call this Linux web. There for that. Okay, just so I'll be able to distinguish them when I'm looking at them. Okay, and when I finally get it, it's just giving me a review here of everything I've selected. And I'm going to click launch. Now look at the pop-up I've got here. It's asking for a key pair. Choose an existing one, but because I have none created, I'm going to create a new one here. Okay, and I'm going to call this key pair cattle. Okay, and now I'm going to download it. And you'll notice down here in the bottom left, it's downloaded a PEM file. We'll come to this later on. Okay, and I'm going to click launch instance here. Okay, so we've launched the instance, it's now launching. Okay, I can see it's happening. We'll just give it a minute, and I'm going to click down here in bottom left just to view what's going on. And you can see here I've got an instance pending, and that's working away. Now while that's working away, let's deal with the PEM file here. The PEM, there's a key pair created. Okay, so I have a key pair for so the public key will go onto the server, and what I have to do is generate a private key, or a PPK file. So let me do that now. And the first thing I need is putty gen to generate that key. So I'm going to open up PuttyGen, go to conversions and import the key there that I just downloaded. So there's Kettle PEM, my downloads. Okay, I'll open that. Notice here RSA is selected. I'm going to keep that, and I'm going to click Save Private Key. Now, not public key, private key. So click on Save Private Key. It's asking me, are you sure you want to go ahead without a passphrase to protect it? I'm happy enough there, so I'll say yes. And I'll call it Kettle again. But this time it's going to save it as a PPK file. Okay, and I'll need that. So PuttyGen now has done its job. Okay, so I'm going to close that. And now I'm going to use Putty to log in. Now to log into, I'll just remove that. Okay, I'm going to use Putty now to log in. And but first I will need the IP address of the server that came there. Okay, so you can see here it's running, and if I just put a check in the box here, I can see the details of this instance I just launched below, and I can see there's the public IPv4 address, there's the private one, and I also have a public DNS to it as well. I can open the address there, or copy it, but I'm happy. I'll start off with the IP number here. Okay, so let me just how we use this in Putty. So I'll just copy that to my clipboard, okay, and go back to Putty. So you can see there that console. Okay, it didn't open up. So let me just cancel that and go back here. I didn't want that either. Okay, let me just go back here. Instances here. I didn't want 2 pages there. Instances. Okay, let me just get that out of the way just for the time being. Okay, so there's my, it's now up and running. Okay, I can select an instance there, and there's where I got the IP number. Now I need to go back to Putty. Okay, and I'm going to paste in the IP address there. Now I need the PPK file. So if I go down here to SSH and click on Auth AUTH here on the left, and I'm going to browse to where that PPK file is, and you can see here my downloads, and there's the PPK file. Now it's important you take the PPK file and not the PEM file. Okay, the PEM file is really just used for generating that PPK file. Just so for ease of video here, I'm just going to change the default colors here, so it'll be easier to see on the video. I'm just changing the default background and on that. I'll go back to session here, and I'm going to save that session. So put that in there. Paste that in, and I'm going to save the session. Okay, so again, by clicking on the session, again, I could just click on off. Okay, there's that. Click on colors. Okay, I have them. I'll always come back to them there. But again, I can just click on the saved session and click open. Okay, okay, so what we'll do on this one, I'm just going to change a couple of things here, and I'll come back for part 2 of this video. Okay, so watch part 2 for the login. Okay, thank you.